Ric Flair, a legend's rise, fall, and fight to live. Ric Flair is nearing 75, and while his current life might appear quiet or even tragic to some, it's important to remember just how bright his star once burned. Known for his extravagant lifestyle, iconic catchphrases, and larger-than-life presence, Flair truly lived the dream. Limousines, luxury, and the spotlight of the wrestling world. He had it all. But beneath the glitz and glamour, Ric Flair was fighting a brutal opponent, life itself. This is the story of the Nature Boy, how he rose to the top, crashed hard, and fought back every step of the way. Humble beginnings, born as Fred Phillips. On February 25, 1949, in Memphis, Tennessee, Ric Flair's life changed early. He was adopted by Kathleen and Richard Flair, who raised him in Edina, Minnesota. Even from a young age, Rick had an unshakable belief that he was meant for something bigger. In high school at Wayland Academy in Wisconsin, Rick was an all-around athlete. He played football, wrestled, and excelled in almost every sport he tried. After enrolling at the University of Minnesota, he quickly realized college wasn't where his passion was. He wanted to wrestle. Early wrestling career, in 1971, Rick took a leap of faith. He began training under the legendary Vern Gagne, whose tough style and old-school training camp shaped Rick into a serious contender. His debut came that same year in Rice Lake, Wisconsin. The early years were tough. Flair was still finding his persona, still shaping his craft. But it didn't take long for people to notice his flair, both in style and skill. His natural charisma, technical talent, and showmanship quickly made him stand out in a crowded field. By the mid-1970s, Rick had adopted the nickname that would stick forever, the Nature Boy. Inspired by wrestling great Buddy Rogers, Flair combined arrogance, style, and an unmatched energy to become the perfect wrestling showman. He wasn't just fighting in the ring. He was performing, becoming a wrestling icon. In 1981, Flair reached a new peak when he won the NWA World Heavyweight Championship, a title he would win multiple times, ultimately reaching a record 16 recognized world titles. But Flair's value wasn't just in belts. It was in the drama, passion, and energy he brought to every match. In the 1980s, he dominated NWA and WCW, becoming the face of the sport. His matches with legends like Dusty Rhodes, Harley Race, and especially Ricky Steamboat became instant classics. His bouts with Steamboat, in particular, are still hailed as masterpieces of in-ring storytelling. Flair wasn't alone in the spotlight. He led one of wrestling's most influential factions, the Four Horsemen, alongside Arn Anderson, Tully Blanchard, and Ole Anderson. They weren't just a group of wrestlers. They were a brotherhood of villains, delivering chaos and excellence. In equal measure, the Four Horsemen set the bar for future stables in wrestling, WWF, and mainstream fame. In 1991, Flair made a bold move and joined the World Wrestling Federation, WWF, bringing his real-world champion swagger with him. His impact was immediate that he won the 1992 Royal Rumble, which, uniquely, awarded the WWF Championship that year. It's one of the most iconic Rumble wins in history. Flair outlasted 29 others and delivered an unforgettable promo afterward. Though his first WWF run only lasted about a year, it included memorable feuds with Macho Man, Randy Savage, and Bret the Hitman Hart. In 1993, he returned to WCW, engaging in legendary rivalries with Sting, Hulk Hogan, and others. Through each era and transition, Flair showed an uncanny ability to stay relevant in a constantly evolving industry. Mentor and authority figure, by the late 1990s and early 2000s, Flair took on a different role. He became more of a mentor and on-screen authority figure, guiding younger stars and still occasionally stepping into the ring when needed. His presence added gravitas to any segment or storyline. In 2008, Flair officially retired from in-ring competition with an emotional farewell match against Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania XIV. The moment Michaels whispered, "I'm sorry, I love you," before delivering the final blow is one of the most emotional moments in wrestling history. Although that match was billed as his retirement, Flair couldn't stay away. He continued to appear in various promotions and even wrestled a few more times. Outside the ring, trouble and turmoil, As iconic as Ric Flair was in the ring, his life outside of it was filled with controversy, legal issues, and personal struggles. In 2005, he was involved in a road rage incident in Charlotte, North Carolina, where he allegedly assaulted another driver. This led to criminal charges and mockery on WWE programming. In 2007, he attempted to start a financial firm, Ric Flair Finance, but the venture collapsed within a year, ending in bankruptcy. In 2010, while working with TNA Wrestling, Ric was accused by Ring of Honor of owing over $40,000 for missed appearances. Legal troubles continued when High Spots Incorporated, a wrestling merchandise company, sued him for using the NWA World Title belt as loan collateral. By 2011, an arrest warrant was issued due to unpaid debts, though the issue was eventually resolved. Despite these lows, Flair remained a compelling figure in American culture. He dipped into politics, often supporting Republican candidates in North Carolina, including Mike Huckabee, 2008, and Ted Cruz, 2016. He even joked about running for president with rapper Waka Flocka Flame as his VP, though it never became serious. Health struggles and close calls. Perhaps the most harrowing battles Flair fought were against his own body. Years of alcohol abuse led to a serious condition called alcoholic cardiomyopathy, a disease that weakens the heart. In August 2017, Flair underwent emergency surgery in Georgia to remove part of his bowel. Complications from the operation caused kidney failure, requiring dialysis and a long hospital stay. At one point, doctors gave him just a 20% chance to live, but Flair wasn't ready to tap out. After a grueling rehab, he bounced back, proving once again that the Nature Boy was as resilient as ever. Despite everything, Ric stepped into the ring one last time on July 31st, 2022, in what was promoted as his final match. The bout ended in drama, with Ric reportedly suffering a heart attack during the match. It was a scary moment, and a clear reminder that the physical cost of wrestling is real, even for legends. A lasting legacy. Ric Flair's story is not just one of fame and fortune. It's one of endurance, reinvention, and a relentless love for the business. He wasn't just a 16-time world champion. He wasn't just the man who could light up a crowd with a whoa and a strut. He was, and is, a symbol of wrestling's golden age. That he mentored generations of superstars, shaped the future of the sport, and influenced everything from pop culture to locker room etiquette. His impact is still felt in every major wrestling promotion today. Even now, fans around the world continue to chant his name and quote his legendary catchphrases. Despite the battles he faced, addiction, financial ruin, legal drama, and near-death health scares, Ric Flair kept showing up. The man behind the robe. Yes, the limos and the lifestyle were real. But so were the scars. Ric Flair's journey reminds us that even legends are human. That behind every spotlight is a person struggling, pushing, and refusing to quit. That he lived hard, fought harder, and inspired millions along the way. So whether you remember him flying off the top rope, leading the Four Horsemen, or just screaming "whoa" into the mic, know this: Ric Flair will forever be the man, because as he always said, to be the man, you gotta beat the man.